Thank you so much for this opportunity to come to LULAC's conference. It is truly an honor, and I thank you and your organization. As your president, Roger Rocha, said earlier, LULAC began many, many years ago, and it wasn't an easy time to be a Mexican American. He told the stories of the lynchings in Texas, and he told the courage of LULAC to stand up when there was clear injustice and to make a difference in America. We need you now to do the same thing today in the United States of America. I want to acknowledge the honorees who are here this evening. Tom Flores and his wife Barbara. Tom, I'm such a fan of what you accomplished in your life and what you accomplished as the coach of Super Bowl champions twice. Dan Rather, I watched you for so many years, and here you are again. You're still there, giving us the news the right way. And Sam LeBlanc, accepting this honor on behalf of your grandfather, a great president and a great man, George H.W. Bush. We're glad that you're here, too. Let me tell you just a few words about what we face and why your presence in Washington is so important. First, let me say good evening to my fellow immigrants. My mother was brought on a ship to this country at the age of 2. My grandmother brought her into the United States. My grandmother did not speak English. They moved to Illinois, where we settled. And at age 26, my mother became a naturalized citizen of the United States. Today, her youngest son is the 47th senator from the state of Illinois. That is my story. That is my family's story. That is America's story. Today, we are being challenged with a new president, with a new view on immigration. We need to be very honest about the challenge we face. Today, he is targeting Muslims. Tomorrow, he is targeting Mexicans. And the question is, will we stand up for one another when our neighbors and friends and people that we love are being challenged at this time in America? That is the challenge that LULAC faces. It is a challenge we all face. President Trump's latest order on interior enforcement and the deportations that are taking place are dangerous to millions of those living legally and peacefully in this country. They stand the real risk of seeing their families torn apart. 16 years ago, I introduced a bill called the DREAM Act. Before that bill was introduced, if you said the Dreamers, people thought you were talking about a rock and roll musical group. But we now think of the Dreamers in different terms, don't we? We think about young people brought to the United States, no decision on their part, who grew up in America. We pledged allegiance to this flag earlier. They grew up pledging allegiance to that flag every single day, singing the national anthem, believing that they were part of America and America was part of their future. The DREAM Act would give them that chance to legal status and to become citizens. Well, we didn't pass that and make that law. We tried for many years. And I wrote a letter to my friend and former Senator, President Barack Obama. And I said, can you do something? Can you do something to protect the Dreamers? And he did. He issued an executive order named DACA. And we know what it meant. It meant that tens of thousands of young people who could be Dreamers stepped forward, paid almost $600 in a filing fee, went through a criminal background check, and were given a chance to live in America for 2 years at a time without fear of deportation and to work in our country. Today, 750,000 DACA Dreamers are here protected by President Obama's executive order. And the question we face, as a nation is, what will happen to them next? This is what I want to say. If they're coming after the DACA dreamers, they've got to come through me. And they've got to come through others who are willing to stand and fight for them. Is LULAC willing to stand and fight for the DACA dreamers? I know you are. And let me add quickly, they come from good families who also deserve a chance to be in the United States and to be part of our future too. I'm going to close because you have other speakers. Many of you are going up to Capitol Hill tomorrow. You're going to meet with members of Congress. Some are here tonight, and I salute them for joining us. I want to tell you there was a man named Jack Valenti. Dan Rather remembers Jack Valenti. Jack Valenti worked for Lyndon Baines Johnson. He was a wonderful man. And he said, every good speech includes 6 words. 6 words. Let me tell you a story. Tomorrow, don't talk to these aides, don't talk to these congressmen about theories and numbers. Talk about lives. Talk about your family. Talk about real people. Talk about what the Affordable Care Act means in your life. Talk about what it means to have a DACA dreamer in your family or someone you know. Talk about the Bridge Act, which I've introduced to protect these DACA dreamers so that they have a chance to stay in this country. But tell them stories. Tell them stories that define America today and confirm what America can be tomorrow. This great nation of immigrants, this nation of diversity, is unique on the face of the earth. No single president is going to change that. Thank you all very much.